today I think we're going to do a little bit of EarthBound. So what's going to be a little bit special about this is that I have all the good items for all the characters. Let's take a look at the inventory. Let's do a little traveling first. We're going to go to Foresight. One of the great things about EarthBound is the music. There's so many really unique themes, music compositions, and they all have kind of a different style. YouTube has a lot of channels with musicians who have done really good renditions of some of the music that's appeared in this game. I've heard some really cool renditions of this Foresight theme. Okay, now let's take at the equipment. As you can see, I didn't name my characters Ness, Paula, Jeff, or Pooh. I named them after people that I wanted to name them after. Alright, as you can see with Pooh, I have all of his items, including the Sword of Kings, which is really tough to get. With Jeff, I got the good weapon. That one was really difficult to get. There's something called the 1 in 128 quest, where there's really random item drops. You have a 1 in 128 chance of getting it during a battle. So you just find that you have to grind over and over until you can finally get it. And for some reason, I remember having a really tough time getting Jeff's weapon. I also have the star pendant on Jeff. Let's look at the item loadout. I know I don't need some of these items, but I felt like putting them in the inventory anyway. By the way, if you don't know, if you haven't played EarthBound, and it's a game that you'd like to get to at some point, I'm going to warn you that there's going to be a bunch of spoilers, because I'm basically going to be playing the end of the game. This is a game that I would strongly recommend that you avoid spoilers if you do intend on playing it. The best criticism I've heard about this game, positive criticism, is that this game does a great job of subverting your expectations. I agree. Everyone is leveled up to 99. I made sure to do the Magicant level before leveling all the way up, because if you level all the way up before you do Magicant, you miss out on a bunch of bonus stat boost bonuses. This game was on my bucket list for a while. I remember I couldn't get it because an authentic Super Nintendo cartridge costs, I think, like $200 or $250. And when you do buy it, there's the risk that the battery that powers the backup save doesn't work. So when the Super Nintendo Mini came out and EarthBound was included in it, I was really happy. Spent $130 buying the Super Nintendo Mini. And then I didn't have time to play it for the longest time because it's a long game and it takes a significant investment of time. I did finally get around to playing it when everything started shutting down in early 2020. I was able to give it the time and attention it deserved, and I really enjoyed it. This has become one of my favorite games since then. Just like Super Mario RPG, it does a really great job of being sort of an RPG for novices. Can I teleport here? I have to go to Saturn Valley. Yeah, I think that's enough space. Angry Video Game did a really great job kind of talking about the elements of this game that make it special. He talks about how up until now the game has been really kind of cute and friendly, and now it kind of takes a turn for something a bit more sinister. Like everything is like bright and cheerful. Obviously, we're not going to save our progress. Because I like being able to wander around the entire map. If you save at any point after this, you can't wander around anymore. A lot of the music has been bright and cheerful too, up until this point. Now the music gets a bit strange and awkward. This game has a lot of really philosophical themes kind of embedded in it, like faith, metaphysical. Transfer means that your spirit will go with the robot, while your body is left behind. That's a very strange concept. I cannot promise that your spirit will come back after the battle in the past. The idea that your body is left behind while your spirit travels in time. It's interesting. This part's a little unnerving too. Seeing their bodies, knowing that their brains and their spirits are being removed and put into robots. Remember the first time I saw this part, I thought it was really odd. A little unsettling. Especially with that drilling sound effect. You'll have to pardon me, a little bit rusty. And the trick to doing this is to go as quickly as possible because of the hit point counter moving. It's a rolling hit point counter. I think I left an item in here. Basically doing that fight all over again. I think you want to take out the robot character last because it'll blow up and do a bunch of damage. Oops. And I can't remember what magic you're supposed to be using. We'll do freeze. I'm trying to speed through these battles as quickly as possible. I'm sorry if the text is going really fast. I'm just trying to get everything done as quickly as possible. You know, speed is the name of the game. And let's see if we can heal. Let's heal Maddie. Magic butterfly, give me my magic power back. The music in this level is really strange. I like it. Try and heal before my life ticks down. Actually, let's heal Jeff. That's the spell I want. I can't remember if that item is better than the one I have. I'm just gonna leave the one I have for now. That wasn't too bad. Always love those trippy background patterns. We'll do the fights and then we'll get the magic butterfly. That way we can heal and get all our magic power back. Okay, so this bionic Kraken, there's a 1 in 128 chance he drops a really good item. I'm not gonna bother. Let's try and max everybody out. There we go. Get all my magic power back. Let's get rid of the Ghost of Starman first. This guy's giving me a tough time. Okay, good. I didn't lose anybody. I think this is the last portion before I get to the area where I fight Pokey. Excellent, got a surprise attack. I'm gonna need it. Okay, good, I was able to beat the final Starman before he was able to get a chance to attack. Now we get to the area where this is where a lot of people have the fan theories about the abortion. I think there's enough suggestive imagery and things like that to lead everyone to believe it. I know that a lot of EarthBound fanatics don't like that fan theory. They want to try and, shoot it down by talking about the storyline of the first Mother game. I don't know. I don't mind it. I think it's cool that you can come up with that theory when playing this game. Here's the famous Pokey battle. And there's no shortage of musicians who have recreated Pokey's theme and posted it on YouTube. Some of them sound really good. I think before I start attacking, I'll let the music play for a little bit, because a lot of people really like listening to the kind of that heavy metal sound that kicks in a couple seconds. We'll take out heavily armed Pokey. Not struggling at all so far with this fight. So this is the famous Giygas battle. It's very unusual and very creative. I think James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, when he did his review, he came up with a really good point about how it looks like your television is being possessed. Spoiler alert, the way to beat him is to use Paula's Prayer, baby. like that the text says you cannot grasp the true form of Giygas' attack. It's kind of a cool way of saying that what you're seeing on the television is the best that your TV and your Super Nintendo can do to represent Gigyas. Like, your Super Nintendo and your television are not capable of grasping Gigyas' true form. So there's a part in the game earlier where the game stops and a character asks you directly what the name of the player playing the game is, and it asks you to answer as honestly, like, what is your true name? And it says it's for, I don't know, something at the end of the game, but it's actually for a part coming up. That text that you get, very unsettling. And a lot of people think the image on the screen is very strange too. But the way you beat the evil entity Gigyas is with the power of prayer. Gotta bring Maddie back. times ought to do it. Kind of a touching little thing to see all of the characters that you encounter that are your friends throughout the game. They pray for your safety. Almost there. I think one or two more prayers ought to do it. Bind here. of life. This is the part where it looks like your Super Nintendo is possessed. That's terrifying. So I told the game my real name when it prompted me, I think about halfway through. So now the Super Nintendo is actually communicating with the player directly. Very weird. The game is basically asking the player to start praying. Stop for a second and think about that. The game is telling you that in order to win, you need to pray. Like, not just making the character do it, but telling you, the player, that that's what you are in fact doing. This game has a very long ending. There's a lot of postscript. In case anyone's wondering, I named the characters after my family. I named Ness after me. I named Paula after my daughter. I named Jeff after my son. And I named Pooh after my cat. It also lets you name the dog, which I named after my daughter's guinea pig. So, the presents have more letters. I'm not going to bother to read them. And at this point, you can wander around freely with Ness and Paula. But for the sake of finishing the game, I'll just go ahead and finish up. Take her straight home. Some of the NPCs have different dialogue now that you're at the end of the game. I love that they call it McD's throughout the game. It's obvious what they're referring to. And we're gonna make one very short pit stop on the way back to Ness's house. Do I have the bicycle inventory? I do not. That would speed things up a lot if I did. this is kind of an Easter egg that a lot of EarthBound fans really like, that you can buy this house here. I already bought it earlier in the game and got the photographer to appear and take my picture, so it'll show up at the end. I know there's a book in that drawer, but I'm just going to speed along to the end. I'm going to give a quick shout out to a channel called Michelle Hyphy, Heafy. She does a really good job doing old video game music, and she's done some really good renditions of the songs from EarthBound. Once you look at the photo album, that ends the game. My overall impressions of the game, I really enjoyed it. It was when everything started getting locked down during the pandemic. This was the game that I was like, okay, finally I have the time to play it. So I sat down and put the time into it. And there were other games that I wanted to get to, like Secret of Mana, Illusion of Gaia. I was even thinking about doing Final Fantasy III, but once I put all the time and really did this game start to finish, I just lost all desire to play those games. I even bought a copy of Mother 3 on the Game Boy SP, the really high quality cartridge that has the really good translation done by a guy named Tomato, and there's a huge backstory about what went into making that game. It took like 2 years of fans, translating and coding to produce that cartridge. It's really a remarkable story that the fans wanted it so badly, because that game was never released in the United States. Nintendo never wanted to put out a copy of Mother 3. But the EarthBound fans, they love this game so much that they put a lot of work and effort into getting their own version of EarthBound 3, Mother 3 produced. And I still haven't gotten around to it. I don't know if I ever will, and that sucks, but I don't know, just after finally going through EarthBound and, knowing that I only have so many hours in the day, like, I'm just perfectly fine playing Miss Pac-Man for 15 minutes. The thought of spending 30 hours just to get through one game, it's kind of intimidating at this point. And I think EarthBound 3, or Mother 3, I keep calling it EarthBound 3, it's Mother 3. The idea of sinking that much time into just one game, just to complete one game, I find it intimidating. even though I did put a lot of time into this game, I put over 30 hours into this game, I don't regret it. I enjoyed every second of it, and, you know, when you're younger and you're a kid, like, when I think of how much time I probably put into A Link to the Past when I was, you know, 10 or 11 or whatever, you know, back then I had the time. Now that I'm older, I just, you know, this is as much time as I'll ever have to put into any one game. Like I said, this game has a very long ending. Now here's where you get to see all the photographs. There's the house photograph I was talking about earlier. Some gamers actually spend a lot of time just at the beginning of the game using Ness to get all the money to buy the house so that at the end of the game they can have the photograph of just Ness at the house. This game is going to be permanently associated with the very beginning of the pandemic for me, because this is when everything started locking down early in 2020. This was something that I was playing to kind of get my mind off of everything. It was a really nice escape. Ness is the only one that's not a ghost in that picture. Truthfully, this is a game that I wish I had played and gotten into when I was younger. I think if I had played this game when I was a kid, I would have liked it. But just like in that AVGN video, you know, James is correct. This is a game that kind of went under the radar for a lot of gamers, and that's why I think copies cost like $250 nowadays. I don't remember anyone talking about how great this game was. You know, I remember hearing all about A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Mega Man X, but I don't remember hearing anything about EarthBound back during the life cycle of the Super Nintendo. either way, I'm glad that I did get around to playing it. I think I got all the photographs.
I miss you.
That's me. Pretty epic game. Highly recommend it. And if you're still watching after 1 hour and 7 minutes, thanks for watching. You have a lot of patience.